great career of the greatest of all time, John Cena, is coming to an end. And there can be only one person to retire him. So in this video, I'm going to tier list every single person that has some chance of retiring him. Some of them are some funny ones, some of them are more serious, and some of them are on there just because there's always a possibility with some of the bigger names. Now the tiers we have are, I would love to see it, not bad at all, sure, why would you do that? And oh hell nah. And starting off this list we have AJ Styles, and I'm going to put him in why would you do that? Like why? They just had a great match. It was a perfect finale for their rivalry, for their everything, so there's no need to make his final match against AJ Styles as well. Austin Theory, oh hell no. I understand he might be the next face of the company and all that, but just no. No. Brock Lesnar, again, hell no. Hell no. I would actually hate this. I would hate this so damn much. If Brock Lesnar is John Cena's final opponent, I'm going to throw hands. I'm going to throw hands, man, because look, they've never, I mean not never, but like most of their matches are really bad, and Brock Lesnar doesn't need it, he doesn't deserve it. So the vision, the future of this company, Bron Breakker. Now he's actually my favorite. For all of you who haven't seen it, I have a video on my channel where I talk about what should John Cena's final 4 dates look like, and I kind of scripted mostly, so yeah, I believe Bron Breakker should be his final opponent, and that's what I do in the video. If you haven't seen the video, please make sure to check it out later on. But yeah, Bron Breakker would be such a perfect opponent. He's the future of this company, he's the vision, he's everything, and he could use it to build up even more momentum. And I would actually say quite similarly for Bronson Reed, just on a smaller scale. Bronson Reed, if he were to defeat John Cena, I wouldn't be mad at all. I wouldn't be mad, because it would make sense. Bronson Reed has been built up as this big monster. He defeated Roman Reigns, Randy Orton, and Seth Rollins in less than a year. This man is a beast, and if they want to make a heel for the future, for forever, Bronson Reed defeating John Cena in his final match might just be the case. I would not be like, oh my god, that was my first 3 choices or whatever, but I wouldn't be mad either. CM Punk, why would you do that? Again, they've had a great program and everything. There is no need for them to face one more time, especially since you advertised it as one last match. Same thing with Cody Rhodes. Not necessarily same, because it wasn't advertised as one last time, but there's no need to go back to this rivalry. He had 2 matches against John Cena. Both of them were really good. I just have him on this list because, I mean, he's the biggest guy in the company, so you gotta have it. Dominic Mysterio, another, I would love to see that. I really would. He's, again, the future of this company, one of the guys. He also is holding the Intercontinental Championship, so the story writes itself. There doesn't need to be much build-up to it. So yeah, he would be another really great opponent, and I think the match would be so damn good. Drew McIntyre, honestly, sure. I don't really... If Drew McIntyre is John Cena's final opponent, my thoughts would be, sure. I mean, he's a big guy. He's one of the biggest characters, or I guess not characters, but one of the biggest guys in this company, and him defeating John Cena would make a lot of sense. But why would you do that? It's kind of like, sure. I mean, I could see why would you do that, but that doesn't mean I necessarily agree with it. El Grande Americano. I have to put him in, honestly, not bad. I could see that. I mean, I know they're not gonna do this. This is more like a jokey one, and I will actually love to see that. I wouldn't love to see it on the level of Dominic Mysterio and Bron Breakker, so I'm going to place him right next to Bronson Reed because it would be really funny. However, it would be wasting a little bit of potential this might have, so that's the only reason he isn't going in the top category. Finn Balor, again, sure. I mean, you could do it to help propel Finn Balor in the future, but who cares? Who cares, honestly? And I'm saying this as a Finn Balor fan. Finn Balor is like my top 3 at the very least. So I would love it if he had a match against John Cena, but they have no history. There's nothing there. There's really nothing there. I would love to see it because it's Finn Balor, but that's about it. So, sure. Gunther! I would love to see it. I would love to see it. He's the same thing. I think these are the top 3 guys that I would like to see retire John Cena because it would make sense. He's the biggest heel in this company. He has already retired the likes of Goldberg, and he's a beast. He's a heel that's going to be a heel for the rest of the days. So yeah, I would love to see it. I would love to see it. The only thing about this is I think he's still injured, so he might not be back in time, but I definitely would love to see it. Jacob Fatu! Honestly, sure. I don't necessarily care. It could help him, bring him up for the future, I guess, but that doesn't mean much, honestly. That doesn't really mean much. And what would it necessarily do? I guess it would give him a win against John Cena, but it wouldn't make any sense, and honestly, I'm going to put him down into why would you do that? No, I'm going to bring him up to sure, because it would help him develop his potential, but it's still not necessarily the greatest thing ever. Javon Evans. I think right next to Jacob Fatu, it's kind of a similar story where he has the potential, he has everything, but why would you do that necessarily? I could see it. I could see why you would do that. That doesn't mean that I agree. I think that is what this category is like. I could see why you would do that. I just don't agree with it, so yeah. Jey Uso, oh hell nah. I really don't want to see Jey Uso fighting against John Cena, and I know it's not going to happen, but still, hell nah. No eat. LA Knight, yeah. I'm going to put him into... Why would you do that? He doesn't need it necessarily. He's already a main eventer, constant main eventer. Would it put him in a championship spot? Maybe, but not necessarily. And yeah, why would you do that? Logan Paul, oh hell nah. Hell to the no. I would actually hate this. I would hate this so damn much. Nikki Bella. For all of you who don't know, she is the ex of John Cena, so that's why I put her on here. And that would be one of the funniest matches ever. It's never going to happen, we all know, but look, not bad at all. If that's why they pulled on us, I would actually appreciate it. Oba Femi. I would actually love to see it, but only in one specific scenario. If it's a gauntlet match, and at the end, it's Oba Femi who comes out. That's the only way I could really appreciate it, and if that happens, I would love to see it. I would love to see it so damn much. Penta, sure, honestly. I wouldn't really care too much, but I could see why you would do it. Randy Orton, why would you do that? You already advertised it as one last match, no need to do it. Roman Reigns, our tribal chief. I would say it doesn't necessarily make much sense for him to do it right now. If he was still a heel, I would probably place him like, not bad at all, I guess. But, as he is right now, I'm going to put him into why would you do that? It doesn't make much sense. He doesn't need it. And it wouldn't do anything because he's a face, so yeah. R-Truth, I would actually say this is not bad at all. I know they already had their match and everything, but R-Truth, the mimic of John Cena, beating John Cena would be such a fun match, and especially with everything building behind R-Truth, at least what was building behind him when he first came back to the WWE after his release. But yeah, still, actually I'm going to knock it down to A, sure. Because he's been off TV for a long time and there is no way that's going to happen. Seth Rollins, now he is injured. And it seems to be a legitimate injury. He isn't just pulling our leg anymore, so I'm say why would you do that? If he was healthy, there's no reason to do it. I guess maybe for the Vision, but now the Vision has turned on him, so he's not even in the Vision anymore. So I'm going to say, why would you do that? And then to end it off, we have Sheamus, who I actually would say not bad at all. Their feud has been a really great one in the past. I know a lot of people don't like it. I do like it, however, so I'm going to say not bad at all. Tell me who you think should retire John Cena. Please make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, all of that. And check out this video on how I think John Cena's retirement tour should end. Thank you.